Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Infinite Way, where spirituality meets humanity. And I am so excited to present our guest, Rayees Ahmed. Rayees, this young gentleman has done more in his young life than many have done. Rayees is a peacemaker and a journalist from Jammu and Kashmir. He frequently brings up issues of peace, conflict, and justice in the area, as well as leads initiatives for peace and development in the region. He has been involved with several humanitarian organizations, initiatives, community mobilizing, monitoring, and evaluation, field research, capacity building, and interfaith dialogue, as well as planning and implementing community-based projects with women and children in India. Rayees has a bachelor's in social and mass communication and a master's in conflict analysis and peace building from Nelson Mandela Center of Peace and Conflict Resolution at Jammu Millia Islamia University, New Delhi. He has extensive experience in implementing community building projects and sustainability developmental goals at a grassroots level. His writing is off the charts. I am here to witness it. So I would like to introduce you to this very special young man, Rayees Ahmed. Welcome, Rayees.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. I'm honored to be here in this show. Thank you so much for inviting me.
So you are a young man who has so many initiatives going. And first of all, I'd like you to just talk a little bit about the fact that you work with many refugee camps and many refugees. Share a little bit about just the foundation of your work and your philosophy.
So in 2018, I have been associated with organization called Indus Art Collective, where where I closely work with Rohingya refugees in New Delhi. And Rohingya refugees are one of the most persecuted community in the world. And I have closely worked with them in their camps and their situation. And we have organized many workshops about art and sustainability. So apart from education, and we we used to like provide them uh, the basic necessities of life and all these things.
And one of the things that people need to know is that you are there in the midst of the hard conflict. So talk to us a little bit about working with the children and working with people in the midst of conflict.
So working with children in conflict hit area is one of the most challenging tasks I have feel like I have been experiencing. Like the situation in Jammu and Kashmir is totally challenging, and so far as I come from a conflict place itself is itself is a very difficult thing. And I have started this initiative in 2018 to work for development and peace and development sector. So right now
Right.
I am initiating a project with children who doesn't have access to direct education, like the children from rural areas and conflict places, and mostly the children who come from border areas. So
Mhm.
I'm working with the children, giving them education, and giving them education through art, sustainability, and peace also.
Excellent, excellent. So, are the children with their families? Are the children alone? Talk to us a little bit about what these children are going through and how they have to deal with their daily lives. What are their daily lives like?
So mostly the children who come from the border areas or rural areas, they don't have access to get education. So mainly their parents send them to their charity schools, orphanages, where they get education, what in whatever way they get. So there are problems with them, with hostel facility, accommodation. So most children, they like to get into charity schools because they would, whatever they will get there, they will get in free. They don't have to pay. They don't have to pay fees. They don't have to pay tuition fees. So, but there is a problem with the education settings in charity schools or orphanages, because many schools, they don't have English curriculum there. They don't have science. They don't have math classes there. So I came with this idea that I have ability to teach them in the schools, in their premises. So I went to these schools. I researched about the children, their background, and their education system there. So I came up with the idea about to teach them English, math, and science. So they agreed with my idea, and I have started this initiative in November 2022. So here I am with my kids, and I'm giving them classes on daily basis. I teach them everything, art, through art. I teach them through art, sustainability, through skill development also.
What is the name of your initiative?
uh, Hence I didn't give any name to them, but still I can call it as it's a community community peace building projects, like to the like I feel that it's like a learning process for me, as well as for kids and the community which is suffering due to prolonged conflict. And that's it.
So it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. How many children are you actually working with on a day-to-day basis? And how
currently
frequently do
i'm
you
work
meet? Yeah.
Currently I'm working with 70 childrens. Almost I have 70 kids under my mentorship. So so there are like many schools like this. So I'm trying to reaching out all those schools, and I need more people to connect with me, so that I can involve all these people who want to work with me, or who want to take initiative. So right now I have 70 kids in a school where I teach them on daily basis, where I teach them from different shifts, like morning and evening. So I feel it's going to be very good if I keep them in a process, because we are in need. We need more people, and we need monetary help. We need funds. Yeah.
So my question to you, I have to ask you this, Rayees. How old are you?
I'm 28-year-old, and
So I have to say this because here you are, what you've done in your lifetime is probably more than what so many people out there have dared to endeavor to do to impact in a positive way the contribution back to humanity. And it is so important to emphasize this. And by the way, you look much younger than that. But what I wanted to share is that here you are teaching 70 kids, and you're telling me, like, how did you come up with the school supplies? How did you come up with all of the different things that you need in order to teach? And if I'm hearing correctly, you don't have school supplies, or you're in need of school supplies. Is that the case?
yeah, I have already told you about the situation of kids, because the kids, they come from below poverty line families,
Right.
families like uh, who are living in a very poor condition, who come from border areas that are already affected due to cross border terrorism, border shelling, ceasefire violations. And there is no like proper infrastructure for them. There are there are schools. Some of the schools are like catering them, but they don't have a proper education system. Like there are not no like there are not proper policies that can be like implemented to them. So this idea is it was quite new idea when it came to my mind. So I just thought about kids because uh, from my college I started working with kids and women, especially in Kashmir. So uh, we are like right now we don't have any any source where we get funds, where we get money. So usually we get money from our friend circles and from some organizations that can donate whatever they can. Like that's how
Okay.
we are managing, how we are managing right now. And it's also it's also a request to reach out to people as you are like reaching out to me. So we are trying
Right.
to reach out everyone, especially the educate those who are working on education sector.
So I just want to share with our audience, as my role in Expressions of Humanity Foundation, we want to help Rayees and his children. And I am appealing to anyone who's listening to this to please donate something. I don't care if it's $1, $2, $5, but please, I know that he has 70 kids and it takes $5 a child to give them the proper school supplies. We're not talking thousands and thousands of dollars here. And if I can just charge 70 people to give $5, that would take care of the kids. And I also am asking any other nonprofit organizations, if you hear this, please let's step up to the plate and let's work with these women and these children, the children first and foremost, but also the women that are there. And I'm going to ask Rayees for you to talk to us a little bit more about how you're working with and helping some of the women that are there in the same environment. So share with us a little bit.
uh, Basically when I was associated with the Indus Art Collective, my earlier organization, where I was working as a program coordinator. So we did some workshops about skill development,
Right.
where we trained women, uh, and where we give them a proper training to how to sustain their living, how to be empowerment, how to be self-reliant. So in that case we have trained many women. I cannot say like we have did this and that, but we trained some women. We wanted to give them a proper way. We wanted to make them more self-reliant, where they
Right.
can create jobs, where they can create employment for themselves. So when I left that organization, I couldn't make it a big deal for the organization. But still I have this project in my mind, because after that we have to we have to empower women. It's important for them to uh, get developed, and their life matters a lot for us, because women are the forefronts in every situation, whatever situation comes. And especially when we talk about the conflict, so women are they are always prone to the victimization and so on.
Right. So I'm sitting here thinking that you do the very thing that I do, which is the
Yes.
empowerment of women, helping them find their own agency. Because when you've come up in an oppressed world and you don't even know how to execute the rights that you have because you've never been afforded that opportunity to execute any rights, then you have to be taught what is in your heart and how to stand up for what is important for yourself and when to push back and understanding how to do it in a safe way, in a safe manner. And to me, your cause is so powerful and so important. And when our women are empowered, the children are empowered. And when the children are empowered, that changes the course of their life. So again, I'm going to appeal to our audience. You're going to see a donate button now. And here's what I'm going to tell you what Expressions of Humanity is going to do. We will set you up, your project up, as a specific cause on the Expressions of Humanity website so that people can give directly to your project. So if you're listening to this, if you go to www.expresshumanity.org, and I'm going to actually have a ticker tape, click it right below us on this recording, you will be able to get to our projects section and get to Rayees, and you will see his community peace project for schooling right there as one of the projects to be able to donate to. And we will do a specialty that we will pledge this, that from this point, when this video is seen for 30 days, anything we receive will go to you. Anything that
Thank
we
you so
receive
much.
will go to you. So I said it out loud, and we're really passionate about working with children and working with youth and working with women to be able to have their own agency, to feel that empowerment deep within themselves, and to teach and support the kids getting school supplies. Every child has a right to education, every child. And it's imperative that we support this. So that's our pledge from Expressions of Humanity, as well as the fact that we just held a speakers forum, and we hold the speakers forum specifically to raise money, parts of money for situations like this too. So what we raised from the speakers forum will go to you. So that's our pledge. That's what we're saying. And I want our audience to get to know who you are, Rayees. Also, how did you come about? What is it that happened in your youth or happened in your life that led you to support initiatives and create initiatives like this?
So this idea came to my mind when I was studying in Nelson Mandela Center for Peace and Conflict Resolution, where I get exposed to many things, like especially development sector. Peace and development was my main area of studies. So I have been to different organizations where I have worked with them closely, like refugees, slum kids, and women. So this idea was very new for me because I was never expressed, like I was never exposed to these before. So when I got these things, so I started working, I started researching on them, and it was it was my first experience I'm from a conflict place. So because the situation in our area is same as the other conflict places is, so this idea is just a new beginning for me. And I started thinking about my own place, thinking about children, thinking about the people who are living under different who are living in different difficult conditions. So when I graduated from my university, I just came up with these ideas and started working with different organizations. And I did some workshops with children, women in different parts of India, even in Kashmir. And so these are the like that's how it came to me. That's how the like I have been following the steps that have been already that have been already taken. So this is just I believe this is just a new beginning for me, because when I was in because I did first I was working with magazines, newspapers. So like it from the beginning, there was something inside me. Like I was conscious about the human rights advocacy, development. So like that's how I grown up. That's how I've grown up, because I was living in an unresolved conflict state. So it everything was in front of me. So I just wanted to make sure that I have to do something. Like I have to do something of people. I have to do something who are suffering due to conflict or due to any other problems. So that's how I am here right.
Well, I'm so grateful that you actually made that decision because, it's really important. I love giving a platform for people to share their stories. That's one of the things that I do because there's so many times when people do good things and we don't have the opportunity to hear them and to be led so that you can directly impact a community. You have no idea how many lives you're touching. Those 70 children, you are planting a seed in their lives, in their hearts. And you are actually going to change the course of their lives because they had the opportunity to listen to something other than what the situation that they're in. And whenever we share information, we open a door. And when we open that door for people, we have no idea, you will have no idea what impact you have on these children's lives, but make sure that you understand that you have impacted their lives as well as the women. And I want to give you special kudos, special applause from my heart. You have my full support because you're a man. And because you're a man who saw the indifference that was happening to people and you stepped up and you made a difference and you're making a difference. And that is so powerful, what you represent. And if we could all come together and support Rayees, I would be so thrilled. We need to support you. We need to support efforts like what you're doing. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for just being the individual that you are, for representing those who don't have a voice, for doing the actions that have a direct impact for the betterment of people's lives. You are the unsung hero that should be just
Honor for me. Thank you so much.
shared because what you do makes a difference. That's why I started Expressions of Humanity. That's why I give voice to a platform to those who may not necessarily have a chance to voice and share their stories. And it's why I do what I do in the world. So to me, when I see someone that for me mirrors what I wanted to do and what I try to do, it means the world. It means the world. So if you had an opportunity to say anything else to our audience, what do you want to share? What wise piece would you share to them?
First of all, I would like to thank you and the organization Expressions of Humanity, because this is the organization where I came up with this idea, and I believe this organization can do many things for the people who don't have voice, who are marginalized, especially the people who are like who are in conflict situation. So I would like to appeal to my appeal to all people to help the people who are in need, who don't have access to uh, get education or any other related problems. So this is our appeal. This is our story that has been heard by by the help of our expressions of humanity. So I feel proud that I am connected with you, with your organization that's doing um, a commendable job, I can say. And it's an honor to be associated with you. And thank you so much.
Thank you. And so I will share Ray's contact information if you just want to speak with him or connect with him. I know you're available through Telegram. And also, we will be following you in your work. We're excited that you are affiliated with Expressions of Humanity as one of our wellness ambassadors, and we follow your work because your work has been phenomenal. And again, we have that information. You see that donate now tickering right by. Please, please, please donate. Donate. You're directly helping children and women. Please donate. And we just want to say a special thank you to you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all of the work that you do from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you
So,
so much.
everyone, take care. Thank you for now. Bye.